I do not see one team that I would consider as a dominant force in this year's NCAA women's tournament. Call to play.
Quit calling the plays, all right?
You got to listen and you got to execute.
I already feel good about me. I'm good.
Just call it.
What's going on, folks? This is Coach Marcus, Pro Fan Talk, and I want to go over some of the games that I watched today, NCAA women's basketball. It was some good ones today. Most of the championship games were played today. I didn't get a chance to watch everything, but I did watch. I watched South Carolina, Texas. I watched UCLA, USC. I watched a little bit of Duke and NC State. I saw TCU, Baylor, and that was it. The Oral Roberts game, that was a blink. I didn't see any of the UConn game, but like what I did see, South Carolina was handling business with Texas. They pretty much controlled that game. Dawn Staley shows to be the coach that everybody thinks that she is. She's that good, and she knows how to get the best out of those women. Chloe Kitts and Tessa Johnson were in their bag. Tessa Johnson ended up, I believe, with 20 points. No, I'm sorry. Tessa Johnson had 24 minutes. I'm sorry. She was 5 for 7 from the floor. Still waiting for Malaysia Fulwiley. 2 for 10 from the floor. She ended up with just 5 points. But basically, it was Tessa Johnson and Chloe Kitts. Sanaya Fagan had a good game. 11 points and 6 boards. Chloe Kitts, 15 points and 9 rebounds. Chloe Kitts and Tessa Johnson showed up today. See, didn't really see the UConn game, but it looks like Sarah Strong and Paige Beckers had good games. UCLA and USC. USC basically had handled UCLA earlier in the year. But I tell you what, man, Juju Watkins, she got 29.6 boards, 4 steals. But for lack of a better term, it was ugly. Her second half was kind of trash. USC got out of sorts late in that second half, and UCLA with Lauren Betts just kept putting the pressure on, man. USC just like, it was... For about 5 or 6 minutes, USC could not buy a bucket to save their life. They couldn't do it. Lauren Betts, 17 points, 5 rebounds. They didn't have really anybody that goes off on them, but they shot 52% from the floor and 53% from 3. USC, on the other hand, Kiki Iriafen had 10 points. Juju had 29 points, but she was 9 for 28. 2 for 8 from 3. They shot 34% from the floor and 28% from 3. They couldn't hit a mirror in the bathroom. So that 29 points from Juju Watkins is very distracting because she did not play that well, especially in the second half. It was only 2 players in double digits. I don't know. They just fell apart. It was a tight game, and then going quarter, man, USC just, I don't know. They just got sloppy. And UCLA was playing good defense and kept putting the pressure on. But it's interesting, even though Lauren Betts had a good game, she had 17 points. She strikes me as somebody that is not looking to score first. She does a pretty good job on defense. And for somebody her size, she gets up and down the court pretty good, pretty quickly, I should say. But it doesn't seem like she's always looking to dominate in the paint because she gives up the ball a lot. But we'll see how that works out. They won the Big Ten. You know what I mean? So another situation, Juju Watkins, they could have done better, but they didn't, and they cost them. The Duke NC State game, Sanaya Rivers had a good one. Zanaya James had a good one, but Duke, Kara Lawson just had Duke's defense balling, and it wasn't really much that they could do. Okananwa had a good game. She had 22 points. Ashlyn Jackson had 22 points. They just kind of overwhelmed them going into that fourth. The second half, Duke just took over. 24-10 in the third, 23-16 in the fourth. NC State had no answer. 39%. Everything's under 40%. Duke was shooting 45% and 47% from 3. So they were getting it done, man. What it comes down to in the tournament, if you are not making your shots, you're not going to win. Point period in the paragraph. USC shooting under 30% or whatever it was, like 32 and 33% for the game. You're not going to win like that. The blueprint is out on how to stop USC. bottle up Juju Watkins, and make everybody else beat you because they can't do it. Very similar to what teams did with Caitlin Clark her senior year. The few games that they lost because Kate Martin, Gabby Marshall, and Hannah Stokey couldn't make shots, could not make shots to save their life. So when you bottle up one and you don't have another option to get points, you're going to struggle. So again, I like what I see from Karen Lawson and Duke these last couple of games, but I don't see any clear dominant team. I'd like to say South Carolina, but South Carolina does not look dominant to me. Duke doesn't look dominant. USC does not look dominant. NC State, nope. UCLA doesn't even look dominant to me. Michigan played well, and they played some damn good defense the other day against USC, but they're not dominant. So to me, this tournament is wide open. Anybody can win this tournament. I honestly don't see any favorites. You look at all the names. You look at Duke and SC and UCLA. You're going to have those names, and they're going to get the top bids. But I haven't seen any teams. Any Notre Dame got the other day. This is not anything new. The team that plays the best going down the stretch is probably going to win the tournament. Period. I don't see one standout dominating player like, oh my God, nobody can stop that person. Olivia Miles looked pedestrian the other day. Hannah Hidalgo, she had a good game, but everybody else wasn't vibing with her. Sonia Citron, everybody, Juju Watkins, Kiki Iriafen, nobody's taking over this tournament, or at least the conference tourneys. So we'll see after they have Selection Sunday and we get into the true March Madness, when you get into bracketology and you see you playing for all of the marbles. So we'll see how things measure up then. But as of right now, great games today, and this tournament is wide open. Anybody can take this tournament. I don't see any team that is far and away better than anybody else. I just don't see it right now.